If you had to give one piece of advice to somebody who is experiencing All Too Well 10-minute version plus the short film and really going through it. I mean, I think we both kind of are. I think everybody is. I think everybody can kind of be in this situation. But what would be your piece of advice to somebody who's like, oh man, I am the Taylor in a situation that I've been in or am in now. What do you tell them? I'm really throwing it on you, but I feel like you're
big one, and I love that.
You are our breakup expert on the show, so I figured you would be a good person to ask.
Thank you. Take pride in that. No.
You should. People, like, I will say, I don't know if you know, like, that's one of our, like, that's up there high streams. Like, one of our highest streamed episodes, people loved the breakup special.
And I think that speaks to vulnerability, and I think that's what Taylor does here. And so I think my word of advice would be, and I think for myself too, because I'm kind of struggling a little bit myself right now, and I feel a little lost, and I think find somewhere where you can be vulnerable, whether that is through creating an entire beautiful album with a 10-minute song, or it's just through poetry or writing or artwork or talking to somebody. Find your place of vulnerability, own that vulnerability, and you'll get through it.
Yeah. I think you said it very beautifully. I was going to maybe add, but I don't think there's anything to add. I think that's beautiful. I think you shouldn't be ashamed. And we said this in the breakup. First of all, my advice would be for you, if you're really going through it, go back and listen to our breakup special, because I think it will help. I think that'll make you feel good. You had a lot of great advice there. One of my big takeaways from that episode, because I've revisited it many a time, and I think you have to let yourself feel it. And I think this is a really beautiful outlet. This song is a very beautiful way to like sit in those emotions. Let yourself do it. Let yourself feel it. Journal. Tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah. And I think finding a creative outlet or finding, you know what I mean? Like finding something that like you can work through the feelings too, like feel it, but also work through it in some way that you can see a result in some, you know, like Taylor worked through her first major heartbreak, and now she gets to reap the benefits of it through her fans, through this album, through the film. Like she gets to look at all these things and say, hey, like I got through it and I did that all on my own.
Yes, you did. Yeah. It's a beautiful blueprint that we all get to follow in our own little ways. Because like we said, how we opened it, like it's so beautiful because it's so relatable, because there's hyper specific, but it's also this universal thing that everyone's probably going to go through to some extent at some point. Here we go. Just like let yourself. All too well. We all know it. All too well.
All too well. We know it all too well.
All too well.